think it's 100 degrees Celsius. That's
it is. Because 100 F would just be, the water would be boiling outside, like, because we live in Texas and it's hot as fuck all the time.
You're right.
I just saw the timer and fucking panicked. Today, what do we prepare my video? I'll skip this shit. Hold down the square. Timer ready. Okay, 100C.
That's right.
How would you have gotten to school without knowing that? I don't know.
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
Ah, shut the
You're going
fuck
to
up.
need to season that chicken before you cook it, but you don't know Colonel Sandler's recipe.
11.
11 herbs and spices. That's
Yes.
right. Okay, we're doing better this time.
Vigilance.
We didn't pick any last time. Vigilance?
Or trust.
Wrong.
I said or trust. Next question.
Come on.
Small trout deeds are born.
That's right.
Arroo!
All right.
Silence.
That's right. We did it. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you, Taco Bell.
He's actually cheering you on.
Believe in the heart of the cock.
Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders.
Goddamn horse.
How many spoonfuls of gravy?
Colonel Sanders' face! No, we didn't even read the thing!
Hey, give us 5 seconds. Grrr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. What do you take?
Whoa!
What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the questions.
Changing wedding bells! What does that have to do with baked biscuits?
Woof woof! You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps.
Oh, yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch.
Wah.
You might not have any hands, but Taco Bell does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way.
When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue the dough before it's overmixed.
Taco Bell, no!
But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
No! What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The
No,
battle is over.
Stop before you click again. Look at the thigh highs here. She has drumstick cutouts on her goddamn socks. That
Also, look how thick she is.
I was just about to get to that. There is spillover. Ladies, if you wear thigh highs and you have spillover thighs, just literally go up to whatever guy you're interested in and be like, look. And it's a wrap.
That's all you need.
It's all you need is fucking thigh highs with spillovers.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a complicated dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Taco Bell's injury. You see, Sprinkles begins to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Aw, shit. It looks like a little titty. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Taco Bell to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hands.
Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within.
Ooh, shit. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet. Croquet? Right?
I guess.
Davy Crockett. Atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of berry gleely.
Motherfucker said gleely. Okay. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his fingers into the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. Shit. I want to go back!
As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize
the rage you feel, or put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Is this my turn?
It's your turn.
Internalize rage.
Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and they've decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
This is how girls overreact when anything bad happens ever. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out.
I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer.
Whoa!
I'll never be a master chef.
Fill his fryer, you say? Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've ever failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I think.
Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way.
Oh, Colonel.
Oh. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an... what the fuck? Obstetrician? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. Did my dude get ass fucked by a mule? I lost my business partner in a gunfight. Damn! To a gunfight.
I didn't know.
He's crying. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy could really use a hug.
I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion.
One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. Why? I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Except for Longview, you fuck.
Yay!
Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presents.
Oh, what's going on?
Is Spork Monster back?
I don't know.
It's the Spork Monster! Battle scarred from the night before. You prepare for the worst.
Borko!
First of all, that was my line. Borko!
Sorry.
And look, he looks so subtle. He looks like he's not going to
He looks
attack
like the
us.
tattoo on my leg.
It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back. And after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you and I apologize. I know what it is like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
His fucking teeth are sporks.
I know. And he's spitting gravy.
Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode.
Defense mode.
I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork Monster, you see.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
Well, no, I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook?
Precisely. I had procured a copy myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there.
It sounds like there was some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Taco Bell, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
Your hideaway.
Oh, my hidey hole.
A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out.
I don't pause. Y'all in the chat, this is your time to shine. Is Colonel Sanders a top or a bottom? Leave a comment.
First of all, I want you to admire his baby picture with him with a goatee in the background.
I want you to fucking respect the urn that's just on the coffee table.
Oh my god, that candle has something on it, but I can't see it, so...
That candle has... Look at that comb just sitting on the table.
How do you think his hair looks so good?
I
bro?
love the sofa, though. That's a high-armed with track arms.
I love high-arm sofas. They're my favorite.
We're furniture snobs around here. Continue.
Anyway, stepping inside of Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you've lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close.
It's called eating ass.
Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy or both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you?
Weird.
This is your decision.
I feel like the last one was my decision, but I'll go with it because I want to reveal it. We are in his house. He invited us over.
And he did tell us one ingredient of his.
We have to reveal it.
Are you sure?
Don't question me.
Alright, so we're going to reveal it. You decided that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking idea with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head
Oh, you hear the
first.
music pick up?
You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw.
Oh! Conocino Sadame!
The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux.
You were gonna hide that in your backpack? You
That's-
gross ass.
Listen, I mean, I have a fucking cold bag in there, son.
Magnificent.
Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment.
This motherfucker is crying.
He's got teardrops like a senpai should.
You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
He's gonna get himself in something more comfortable, I swear to God. If he comes
comes
down
back-
in chicken lingerie.
Chicken lingerie, or if he's just like in just shirtless and he's wearing like a fucking Speedo or something, I'm gonna be all about it.
Apron, and that's it.
Just apron.
I don't
Just
know.
the red apron.
I hope.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping.
Ooh, don't snoop, don't snoop.
Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel.
Okay, first we can learn about that fucking candle.
A scented candle. You pick it up to try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake?
Summer of '69.
No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's...
Kumquat.
Wow. What do you want to tap on now?
Okay, we got to do the picture.
I'm assuming the one of the baby with
Oh
the...
yes.
An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that it must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who must want to make their face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item to
Look at the
discover
other
more.
picture. Show me the one with the camel.
The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt.
Hold on, I have to Google this to make sure that was an actual photo.
Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This door just opened.
It did.
And there's also a safe on the wall that I didn't really notice until
Look at
now.
the safe. That's probably where he keeps it.
This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sanders. Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note.
It's a real fucking picture.
Look, canned chicken, be prepared.
Sashimi style.
Tap on an item to discover more.
No, this photo of fucking Colonel Sanders on a camel visiting the fucking pyramids is a real photo.
You gaze out the window across the vast lake mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of a student pops up.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of the student is swept out of with the breeze. Tap on an item to
What's
discover
in the
more.
urn?
You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on the nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the description. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy.
Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
One of the framed
Kentucky
photos shows an old
Fried
man who
Chicken.
looks like a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheering together.
Cheersing.
You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is.
Who is... I knew that at some point, but I don't now. Click on the comb.
Ooh, a lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver.
Oh! Look on the cock.
You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive.
We do things for chickens, and chickens do things for us, quoted Bo Pilgrim.
Okay. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky."
That's a lie. Look at that door.
You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and you find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant?
That's some white people shit.
Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you.
Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off.
This is your decision.
So you decide that now is your moment to make the big move. You tell him you're cold.
or you fess up and tell the truth. I think you fess up and tell the truth, because Colonel Sanders is a man who enjoys hearing the truth. You're only going to upset him if you lie to him. And I think being too aggressive at this point is a bad thing, so I think telling the truth is the true answer.
Probably so.
But what are you going to do?
Well, so I was leaning between that or the top one. But
I think the top one's too aggro right now. There's some other stuff that has to happen.
we'll do it. You confess.
Yeah!
I think I've developed feelings for you.
I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams, Griffith.
Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel?
Yes, Taco Bell?
He's crying again. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow. I fucking knew it. If you would have made your big move, you'd look like a big doofus.
You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber.
Oh, you slept at his
Dream
house.
sequence! Dream sequence!
Dream sequence.
You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only
I
time
think
will
so.
truly tell.
I think so.
Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about, kumquats. In some jurisdictions, kumquats isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret,
We have to make
how
up
will
a
they
new
know?
one because the first one was cum.
You said kumquats. That's just what I'm going with.
Weed.
No, it can't be weed.
Why not?
Why can't it be like liquid diarrhea?
Poo.
No, I'm gonna say liquid diarrhea. In some jurisdictions,
It's too long!
that's a perfectly normal ingredient.
One word.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea is perfect.
Diarrhea isn't even legal. But if the
The
recipe
recipe-
is a secret,
How will
they know?
Because you immediately have to take a shit after eating KFC.
Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room.
Shirtless? No.
He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Ooh.
Such confidence and such grace.
Okay,
Couldn't be the
we do
world's
not
greatest-
need to be a cheeky tsundere right now. We need to flatter him.
This is your decision, so...
Yes.
Flatter. You know,
Called it.
I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one.